Hey guys, Jurassic Man here, and today I'm going to do a review of the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Velociraptor. Okay, Velociraptor, literally there's no other name. I thought this guy was called the Springing Raptor, Spring Launch Raptor, but Velociraptor? Usually, a lot of these toys have a gimmick to it, but this one just says Velociraptor. I'm guessing the blue one has the Velociraptor with springiness, I don't know. But either way, let's get right into this review. First off, this is another Legacy Collection figure, and unlike Alan Grant's, you can actually see the box much better than his, because he was over it, and if you take him out, well, that just cuts the box itself. But in this one, you can see a much better rendition of the new background that is using for this toy line. So, as you can see here, it just says Velociraptor, 3 and up. Down here, you see the spring action down there. You get a nice view of the Velociraptor, which is the Lost World version, actually. Though it doesn't really look much yet. I'll discuss that in a little while. And then in the back, you see the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Rexy herself, and the Garch with Jurassic World Legacy Collection instead of Jurassic Park Legacy Collection, which I kind of wish it was called that, but, you know, it's alright. They do have the license to Jurassic Park either way. And they got some plants in the side. So, on the side of the box, it says Jurassic World Legacy Collection on both sides. Oh, my ears. And up here, you can see a good rendition of the Velociraptor in a springing action. Push down, pull, and release to launch. Forward leap, Velociraptor, Velociraptor. Then you get more of the Legacy Collection, the Packy, the Baby T-Rex, the Dillo, the JP3 Raptor, which is coming soon as you can see down here. And of course, the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon, ages 3 and up, and of course in the bottom of the package it has Mattel and the code. Let's get a good look on that code. Let's see, and you can use that to scan for the figure you're looking for, this figure you're looking for. So, without further ado, let's get right into the review. So the Velociraptor is of course the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor, which is also known, not Jurassic Park 3, the Lost World Jurassic Park, but is also known as the Tiger Stripe Velociraptor. And this one doesn't have much of a tiger stripe. In fact, if you look at the back of the box, it has the tiger stripes to it, which is kind of weird how they changed from this early rendition, which actually looks much better, to this one with a very light yellow-orange on the side there, which I have no idea why they made that choice. It must be difficult to say, but who knows. I kind of like this rendition much better, but then again, this rendition doesn't have much of a eyeliner as this one. However, this one does have a faded white cream on top of the lip, unlike this one. And of course a lot of other stuff, including the tiger stripes. But, I guess I can make that an exception. This one does look better in the box, but it is the Jurassic Park 3 head, which we'll talk about later. But overall, yeah, this is the Lost World Velociraptor, or Tiger Stripes. There's a code if you want, so I don't know why, because I'd rather just buy the figure itself than the JP stamp. And of course, let's get right to articulation. There are hardly any. It does have articulation in the front arms. They could pivot up this far and down this far. He make it look like he's whacking around. Hey, I'm walking here! But overall, he does have good articulations. They're very limited, as I said. He has a neck articulation that could go down and back that far. It swivels around as well, although I don't know why would you want to swivel the head. Although you could look in this direction, as he's looking back at whoever's trying to attack it. And this jaw articulation is very good for the figure because it could have this open wide position as if it's about to eat something, which is pretty cool, but I have nothing there, so I'll just put a stock image right there if any of you are watching this right now. So yeah, there goes that much of articulation. There's no feet and leg articulation like most of the other lines. The feet, I don't know why, but the legs have a reason, and that is because this guy is a springing Velociraptor. And what you do, you would push the back right here with one finger and release. But of course, like many of the people who are having trouble with this figure, that the figure does not want to pinch and release. It's very odd, but I've seen people do it much better, like Matthew Brando. He just does this, and Raptor launches very well. For some weird reason, it's working right now, but as I was trying to test this to get a better view and a better picture on how to do this springing feature, it didn't want to work, which is kind of weird. But yeah, all you do is that you lay it back here, push the back down with one finger, put it right here on top between the head and neck, and then launch. If you hold it if you hold it, it doesn't go as far, but if you let it go really easily, like real quickly, it launches pretty far, like this. So that's how you're supposed to play with it. You're supposed to do a spring launch, which is much better to do than the actual launch. But anyways, it's an overall good job. The sculpt is there. It has a very Jurassic Park 3 head if you compare it together. Hang on. It has a very Jurassic Park 3 head if you look at it too much. I don't know. I'll put a clear image of that and the Jurassic Park 3 Raptor heads. And overall, it does look very similar to both of them. But either way, it's a very good figure and a very good sculpt. And from my guess, that means the Jurassic Park 3 one is going to have this look and body type, which means it's going to be another spring one, which means it's going to be a lot more harder. So either way, let's get right into comparisons. So here's a comparison with the Jurassic Park Legacy Collection 3.75-inch Allen Grant. And as you can see, this scales up very nicely with the previous Velociraptor as we've shown. And overall is an overall great sculpt, great design, great look to it. And I would recommend these two are very good in scale with one another. And here it is compared to the Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom line's Carnotaurus, which is a part of the Action Attack line. And as you can see, the scaling on this is alright. I guess this is perfectly scaled. And since this Velociraptor is basically the same as the blue, that means this is the scale of a Carnotaurus with blue itself, or just any Velociraptor in general. And overall, I think the scales up very nicely with each other, and can do a number of play features with them. And finally, we're getting to comparison with the Lost World Velociraptor with the Lost World Velociraptor. Now this is the Restrained Gear Velociraptor, or the Capture Gear Velociraptor, and this came out during the 1997 with the release of Lost World Jurassic Park. However, this sculpt was used back in 93 with the original Jurassic Park, but I'm pretty sure you all know that by now. But the only difference is from these two is that one is slightly bigger than the other. One has a more accurate, similar paint scheme, and this one has accurate coloring. If anything else, that's probably not close to each other, is that it has the JP logo on it, and of course the capture gear. But they have two different functions. Of course, the Lost World Velociraptor has the slashing jaw, where you can just push down and do it, while this one has a springing legs action. Yeah, actually, I want to try something. Hang on a second. Yeah, I think I did much better in my head than actually it was represented. But either way, overall, it's a good sculpt, it's a good figure, it's a good likeness to the Lost World Velociraptor. I would give this a 3.5 out of 5, mainly because the coloration is much different than that of the box art. The springing action is a little difficult to use. Some of the toy looks kind of wrong in certain places, including the arms, which are bright orange for some reason. And yeah, that's basically it. Overall, it's a pretty cool toy to have in your collection. I would recommend either leaving it in your box, or maybe giving it to one of your kids or nephews, or maybe a friend's kid or something like that. But either way, I hope you guys liked this review. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.